Hi, class. This is Brandon Baines. Just going to talk through your syllabus and some of the introductory materials for our problem solving class. Uh, where'd you go? So here you see the syllabus. Just wanted to point out a few things. Keep in mind, please feel free to contact me any way that you prefer. Office hours are there, and of course, you can always schedule some other times with me. The course is basically designed around solving problems. My slant on our course is that we're going to learn math through problem solving while kind of adding to our repertoire of problem solving methods. So you'll see here some problem solving methods listed in the syllabus. Hopefully, at some point in the semester, you'll get a chance to do uh, maybe all of those or most of those as you solve our problems. So the only requirements of the class is that you solve problems and keep a problem solving notebook. And you will see here that there is a format for solving your problems, and that is one of three equal parts of your grade following the proper format when you solve problems. We'll talk about that in a minute. And of course, you also be graded on correctness of your solution, and then you will be graded on the presentations of your solution methods in class. And you'll be using Screencastify to present those solutions. So each week you're going to have a few problems to solve, two problems to solve that will be kind of class shared solutions. And so you'll need to download Screencastify in order to use that. Please let me know if you have trouble getting Screencastify downloaded and using it. It's pretty straightforward. It's actually what I'm using right now. We follow a 10-point grading scale, kind of standard. And again, here you can see class meeting days, all about Screencastify and sharing the YouTube link. So again, that's all there. All right. Nothing else in the syllabus to talk about. Let's talk just a little bit about problem solving. So included in your introductory materials, a little discussion about different definitions of problem solving. I generally think of problem solving as solving problems that we do not know the path to solution immediately. So you might think about the difference between some textbook problems that you maybe look at and know immediately the way you would want to go about solving them versus some problems that you have to sit and think about and try things. George Paya, he wrote a book on problem solving, and in his book he said good problem solvers do these four things when they solve a problem. First, they make sure they understand the problem, then they devise a plan, and then they implement the plan. Now, oftentimes, going from that, picking your plan and implementing the plan, usually you have to go back to step two and try a new plan because sometimes you pick the wrong one. And so you can be in a loop there with the second and third step. And then fourth is looking back, checking your answer. Can you make sure that your thinking was correct? Can you do it differently? How is this related to other things, etc. I got some tips for problem solving in here as well. So again, you have this emailed to you so you can read these. This is just in case you have trouble getting started. I'll let you read that on your own. Also, some traits of good problem solvers, just for you to have those. So if you, some of those are some pretty nice things to have. More pattern, more problem solving strategies. I saw that look for a pattern, more patterns. There again, I do not organize the course around these strategies. Instead, I organize the class around problems. You'll likely use these strategies, but we will not say, here are 5 problems where you'll construct a table to solve them. I think that takes away the problem solving aspect of the problem to do that. And so your job will be to select your method. Okay, here's the format for your homework notebook. All of the problems that you turn for your homework notebook um, will need to be in this format. Is essentially taking George Polya's 4 steps and kind of splitting them into 5 steps. So to understand the problem, I have you restate the problem in your own words. To devise a plan, you're just simply going to state your intended method of solution. Carrying out the plan, you'll just show your work. If you drew a picture, if you drew a table, diagram, calculations, anything you got in there, that'll be on the carry out the plan part of your work. The 4th thing I want you to include in your problems when you solve them is a looking back. This is sort of the beginning of splitting up that last step of Polya's process into 2 different methods. So looking back is simply to state your answer in a complete sentence. So, the number of jelly beans in the jar is, or something like that, if you're solving jelly bean problems. The 5th step or the 5th element in your homework notebook will be a reflection piece. And this can be anything, really. If you had a lot of difficulty getting started, then you might include some thoughts on that, things you tried that didn't work out so well. If you notice some mathematics that you thought more deeply about while solving, that would be a great thing to include in your reflection. If you thought about other places where this mathematics could be used or is used, that would also be great. Anything related to your problem-solving process or the thoughts you had while solving these problems, that's what you want to include. So you'll do that for each problem. Each problem should have these 5 headings, and just when you turn them in and when you finish all your problems, that's what they all should look like. All right, you have 2 different documents that contain problems. These are your weekly problems here, and you'll do 2 of these per week. So the first 2 are for the first week, and the next 2 are for the next week, and so on. And these are the problems that you'll want to narrate your work and record using Screencastify. Send me that YouTube link, and I will send it out to the rest of the class. So this is making up for our class meeting time, and it's sort of our way of sharing methods of solution. Oftentimes you might have the same method of solution for a given problem, and that's totally fine. No problem, but a lot of times we'll come up with different methods of solution. And that's one of the reasons that we share our solution methods, because we really want to emphasize that a good problem can be solved in a lot of different ways. All right, the other document, the last document we'll look at, is your total set of problems for the course. You'll notice I have 39 problems in this document, but when you look at the syllabus, hopefully I remember to put it in the syllabus, you're not required to solve all of those 39 problems. Oh, no, that's good. I didn't put it in there. I think I put it in an email. You're only responsible for 25 of these problems. Okay, 25. I believe that's what I said. I guess I said it now, so that's what it'll be. 25 of these. So you can omit any that you don't want to solve or that you have trouble solving. And these are all due by the end of the semester. I believe I said the 25th in the syllabus. Yeah, by the 25th. All right. So please come by. Let me know if you have any questions about getting started. I can help you get Screencastify. If you have trouble downloading Screencastify, you can always come to my office and use my computer and record your Screencastify video in my office. Look forward to working with you this semester. Have a good day.